Hello students, today we begin with compound words and few other small topics of grammar from the text. The first that we are going to see is compound words. Now, what is a compound word? I am sure you must have heard words like toothbrush, birthday, dishwasher, so on and so forth. These all are compound words. Now let me explain. A compound word is a word made by joining two or more words to form a new word. Now birth and day. These are two different words and they have two different meanings, and a new word with a different meaning is formed by joining these two words. Birth plus day is equal to birthday. Dish plus washer. These two have got different meanings and a new word is formed by joining these two words, which goes by the name dishwasher. Now let us try and understand how many kinds of compound words can we have. There are three forms of compound words. First, closed form, hyphenated form, and third is open form. A closed form of compound word is made when two words are stuck together to make a new word. For example, toothbrush, backpack, so on and so forth. There is no hyphen, but the words tooth and brush are stuck together to make a new word, toothbrush, without any hyphen being there in between the two words. Such kind of words are called as closed form compound words. The second form of compound words are hyphenated form compound words. These words include words such as part-time, mother-in-law, where the words are joined together with a hyphen. I hope you have understood this type of compound word. Now let's see the third form of compound words. They are the open form compound words. The open form compound words include words such as living room, North American, South Indian, so on and so forth. As you can see, they are made of two words, but there is a space between the two words. So they are also called as two-word compound words, because individually the words that are used to make the compound are not joined together by a hyphen, not are stuck together, but there is a space between the two words that go to make an open form compound word. I hope you have understood all the three forms of compound words. In 8th standard question paper, you will be asked about compound words, but you will not be asked to mention whether it is an open form compound word or a hyphenated compound word, so on and so forth. I have just explained these to you so that you know how they are formed. In the chapter Nature Created Man and Woman as Equals, there is a question which asks you to find out compound words from the chapter. Now here are 5 words that I have written. They are from the chapter: crystal clear, middle-aged, reading room, courtyard, and social worker. Apart from these, if you find any other compound words in the chapter, you are welcome to write those. Now we are going to see some types of pronouns. Before we actually start with different types of pronouns such as demonstrative pronouns, relative pronouns, have a look at these sentences. Ram is my neighbor. Ram is 19 years old and Ram studies in my college. Now again and again I am using Ram in in two sentences. Instead of that, can I not say something like this? Ram is my neighbor. He is 19 years old and he studies in my college. Obviously, that is better. Now, a word which replaces noun is called as a pronoun. So, in the underlined words, 2 times Ram is underlined. Instead of that, I can easily use he. He is a personal pronoun, and I am sure from the previous classes you must be remembering there are other personal pronouns such as I, you, he, she, my, your, his, her, they, etc. I am sure you must be remembering them. Now, today we are going to see certain other types of pronouns, and let's see which are they. Now let's try and understand the demonstrative pronouns. Demonstrative pronouns point to some noun. They also reveal whether it is near in distance or time, or it is far in distance or time. If it is near in distance or time, then the demonstrative pronouns used are this, and for plural we use these. If the object or the noun is far in distance or time, the pronouns used are that, and for the plural, those. Let's consider 2 sentences in support of this. This bag is heavier than that. Here in this sentence, this and that point to the noun bag, and they make it clear whether the bag is near or far. This is standing for near, and that stands for an object or the bag which is in distance. Let's consider another example. These animals are bigger than those. In this sentence, these and those are demonstrative pronouns. Now, let's try and understand relative pronouns. A relative pronoun connects 2 sentences. It refers to a noun which is mentioned before it. This noun which comes before the pronoun, relative pronoun, is called the antecedent of the pronoun. The examples of relative pronouns are who, whose, whom, that, etc. For example, he is the man who gave me the documents. So you see here who actually relates to an antecedent which is called the man. So this is a relative pronoun. Now in the second sentence, I like to go to the restaurants that are near my home. Now the relative pronoun that refers to the noun restaurants which has come before it. And hence restaurant is the antecedent of the pronoun that. Okay, I hope you have understood relative pronouns. Now let us go over to interrogative pronouns. As the name suggests, interrogative pronouns are used to ask questions. The examples of interrogative pronouns are who, whom, what, which. Sometimes we add a suffix ever to make compounds of these pronouns so that they become whatever, whoever, and they are used in framing questions. Examples of interrogative pronouns which are used in sentences are as follows. Who told you? In this interrogative pronoun, who is used. Whom did you ask? Here as you can see, whom is the interrogative pronoun. What do you mean? What is the interrogative pronoun? See the next sentence where the suffix ever has been added to what. Whatever did he say to make her cry like that? So these are all the pronouns which are used to frame sentences. I hope you have understood interrogative pronouns. Now you might wonder interrogative pronouns and relative pronouns seem similar, that they use the same words. But depending upon how they are used, you can decide whether it's a relative pronoun or it's an interrogative pronoun. Okay.